Here we are once again for we're about to do the thing that GMs are always afraid to do, and that is to do a split session of the Star Wars Edge of the Empire game, Raiders of the Lost Jedi. For those who tuned in last time, we had an escape, well, a successful escape, I should note, a successful escape, which led to an immediate capture by a different group of people for Zag and Thom. The rest of the group is not exactly sure what happened to them. I believe that they received a transmission, and that's the last they heard of you. So that's all they know. Is that you were? I believe the exact words from Zag were, "We escaped the hut, but we're now being captured by the prince," and that was the last, or words to that effect. And that is the last they heard of you. So what we will do is we will pick up right where we left off.
Point of order, real quick before we start.
Yes.
Is our stun cleared out?
Yes. Your Zag is awake, so all the stun, the strain.
Or
from
strain.
Stun,
sorry.
The strain from stun is cleared out. However, with an exception. Because,
right.
Thom, I rolled, I rolled your addiction again.
Okay.
So you are 2 strain down for this session.
Okay.
So which kind of makes sense because it has not been resolved. You are still in the throes of withdrawal, and maybe it's getting a little bit worse as time goes on.
Yep.
And indeed it may. So it's something to be aware of, and we will definitely keep track of as we go through the session.
Getting edgy.
Getting a little bit edgy. As it's getting worse. It's not like the first time you've been through it, but it's not pleasant. So the vessel which has tractor beamed you and pulls you in to its docking port is the Divine Right, a GX-1 executive transport. And when the docking hatch opens up, you are facing down the barrels of a number of cronies guardsmen. They demand that you lay down any arms that you have and step out of the escape pod.
I splay my hands wide and say, "Take us to your leader."
Done.
By the way, just a side note, do you take the Hutt statue with you that you had captured last time?
I don't see any point anymore.
So you just leave it in the escape pod?
Yeah.
Then? All right.
I'll just leave it in the escape pod. If you know, there's a good chance that we are going to get that thing destroyed and have a Hutt permanently furious at us. Me.
It is entirely possible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I stand corrected. He's now disarmed.
Is now disarmed, yes.
Yeah.
It is entirely possible, and I will remind you that you do not get extra character points for bounties that you earn in the game.
Yeah.
You just pick up.
Okay. I put it on the seat. I put a little lap belt around it, and I say, "Keep an eye on that for me."
They do not appear to keep an eye on it for you because what they do is basically as soon as the airlock is closed, they jettison the escape pod. So as far as you know, well, there's 2 possibilities. It's either going to be protected in that little escape pod seat floating around in space, or it will enter the planet's gravity and burn up.
Either way, the Hutt doesn't have it.
Either way, the Hutt doesn't have
Well,
it. Yes.
All I promised him is I would leave it in the escape pod.
That's right. That's true. And technically, you kept your word.
That's right.
So, at least they didn't destroy it out of malice. They didn't seem to really care.
Yeah.
So, you are led again at gunpoint by several cronies guardsmen through this vessel. It's not a huge vessel. It's about 40 meters long. It's an executive transport. It's the Star Wars equivalent of a private jet. Or private yacht, I suppose I should say. And so you're led through the corridors and hallways into what appears to be a small storage corridor. Or storage compartment, rather. And you can tell it's a storage compartment because it's got like various stuff stacked up inside it. Crates, bits and odds and ends, and somewhat unusual items. There's like some sports equipment in here. There's like a speeder bike up on hooks, kind of tied down.
No
to the
blasters
ceiling.
hanging around, I'm assuming.
There's no blasters hanging around. There's a big animal skull. They push you to the back of the compartment in what appears to be a small sort of subsection of it, like a closet.
When we're heading up towards the door, it's like, look, I know you're supposed to be the dark and brooding, but can I get something to eat? And can he get something to drink that's a little on the heavy side?
They kind of stare at each other, and we'll see about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, I mean, if you guys are holding, I could use a couple death sticks too.
They kind of chuckle and shake their heads at that one. But you are here in this compartment, and interestingly enough, they do not close the door to the compartment. They just put you behind this in this little closet area, and then throw up a force field. And they leave the main door of the compartment open and have a guard on duty. So every once in a while, the guard glances over. Every once in a while, another guard kind of walks back and forth through the corridor and checks on him, and takes a look at you. If you had to guess, you'd say that this is a method to keep a better eye on you.
Yeah. Excuse me?
The guard ignores you for a while.
Whenever we can, we'd just like to have an audience with the prince. Look, we're unarmed. We're not here on any sort of mission or assassination attempt or anything like that. We're just two guys who got captured by a Hutt.
Shut up. I'll pass your request along.
Thank you.
I mean, he wants to talk to us, you know.
Thom,
Like, he's
dude,
just...
quit pressing your luck.
He's trying to establish superiority here. That's all this is.
He's already got superiority here. We know that.
Yeah,
At least
well,
he
he's
could do
trying
is
to
give us-
establish it further.
Yeah, because he needs to. It's his ego. All right, fair.
Yeah.
The guard is resisting the temptation to start banging his helmet against the bulkhead softly. But after a time, indeed, you do receive a visitor. A pair of them, in fact. There we are. So, Prince Daaro of Cron enters and comes in to inspect you both in this little force field cell, and he has somebody behind him, a helmeted figure who is armed. The prince does not appear to be armed, but
I've got to say, you look exactly the way I imagined you.
So do you. Such as you are.
Zag will give a polite bow.
So, gentlemen, I would love to hear how you ended up pulling one over on a Hutt. And as he speaks, by the way, you feel the ship shudder and go into hyperspace.
Shit.
That's fine. That's fine. We'd love to regale you with the tale. Can we do it over food?
And I'd love a death stick or two.
Yeah, I mean, he could use a few drinks to keep his head.
I talk a lot better when I've got something, you know.
Listen,
when
Your
I've
Highness.
got something to smoke.
Your Highness, it's not that we're just requesting as a guest on your fine vessel that you would be giving us the honor to at least dine with you for a meal.
Do you know what I usually use this compartment for?
Do you think I care? I really don't. I'm just trying to come here peacefully and talk with you as an individual.
I use it for holding live game.
I already said I didn't care.
Well, I'm telling you anyway.
Whoa, good for you.
why would I want to dine with you? What I
I
want
never
from
said
you is information.
I know, but rather than do it torturing and, the whole, we're going to waterboard you and, until you talk, let's just talk like individuals over some food. I'm hungry. He's hungry. I'm sure. I'm sorry. What time is it? Are you hungry? I'm not trying to, pull a fast one or anything. We just pulled a fast one on a hut. You want to hear a story. No need to be grandiosing about our situation.
Well, let me ask you this. If you give me a little piece of information to start with, we'll see about getting you that drink.
Okay. Did you want the story of the hut first, or?
Let's start with why you were there.
Give me a second, because
Getting into some philosophically deep stuff.
We were there because we were trying to get something off of a ship.
His eyebrow raises, and he says, actually both eyebrows raise, and he says, "Oh, really? Well, that is interesting. Okay, that earns you a drink. My guards will bring you to the lounge in just a few minutes." And he departs with the gunman that is with him.
Nice.
To the guard, I'm going to see, we can be civil. We don't have to just be prisoner and guard.
I'm sorry, did the bodyguard leave with him, you said?
Yes, the bodyguard left with him. Yeah. The guard is still there.
But the guy in the helmet.
Yeah. No. I said that to the guard at the door.
Yeah.
Sorry. What did you say to the guard at the door?
No, see, we can be civil.
Oh.
We can talk. It doesn't have to be just prisoner and guard.
The guard does not respond.
Oh, damn. I was hoping to at least get a chuckle or something.
Is there anything else in the room we're in? On this side of the force field?
On this side, there is a layer of grime on the floor and some bits of straw.
Mm.
There isn't even there aren't even bunks or anything appreciable to lay on. It is indeed a rather cramped compartment. It's essentially the size of a walk-in closet.
It's for live game.
Yeah. But indeed, true to his word, after a time, the two other guards show up, and they lower the force field and take you through the ship to what appears to be a luxury lounge.
Was it at gunpoint again, though?
They do not have their guns drawn. They just have their sidearms at the ready.
That's fine.
And make it clear by their body language that they are ready to use them. They also have electrostatic truncheons that they can use.
Oh, again, Zach's not doing anything. He's just noting that we're not at gunpoint.
Yeah.
So they lead you to this lounge, and there is, again, Prince Daaro is kind of leaning back on one of the couches, the gunman to one side, and then a rather expensive-looking droid to the other side of him.
Thank you for the hospitalities.
Absolutely. Oh, and lest I be rude, this is my personal bodyguard, Togan Raz, and my personal droid, RT-909.
Yeah, just a head bow to both of them.
Togan Raz.
I heard something about a drink.
Single-minded, as expected. He has RT fix a few drinks for everyone. Passes them around. They're just sort of, they're actually quite nice. Little scintillating rainbow-colored cocktails. maybe a little bit fancy for your usual taste, Tom. But a little bit of a kind of a resort drink, if you will.
Zag will take his and then pass it to Thom.
Okay. So, you told me something very, very interesting, and I would really love to hear more. You went to the hut so you could gain access to a ship. Tell me more.
Well, the problem with that is I'm not the technical one. Would love to tell you more about the ship and what they were looking for, but we weren't there for that part. However, I have different information if you're interested in that.
Well, oh, okay. And you see RT-909 kind of lean over and say something to the prince. Oh, let's start with who they are. That sounds like a good thing. The other people. So these are your co-workers, or are we talking about Andro and Lodik-Ahm Madar?
No, co-workers works.
Okay. Where are Andro and Lodik-Ahm Madar?
Good question. We were at the huts when all that happened, so we don't know.
Where were they before you went to the hut?
With us at the huts. So honestly, we've been separate. We got separated is the short version. We honestly don't know where they are. That's not information we have. However, I've got information on your family.
The droid kind of cocks his head a little bit. Surely you must have been informed of the purpose of your visit. Why were you on board the Hutt station if your purpose was to take something from a ship in the Hutt's possession?
He turns his head to Thom. Because we were there as a distraction.
Yeah, well, we wanted to keep the Hutt's attention engaged.
I see. So, a distraction. Okay, well.
We were the collateral damage.
So your colleagues haven't really shown you a great deal of loyalty then? I mean, as I understand it, they cut and ran. Although the Hutt didn't tell us anything about a ship, so that's very interesting.
Oh, these things happen.
It's kind of the work of mercenaries.
Yeah.
And you're claiming that they didn't tell you anything about what they were looking for on this ship at all?
No. It's not that they didn't tell us. It's that I don't remember that stuff because that's all the technical crap that in one ear, out the other. I don't deal with that kind of stuff.
I find that extremely unlikely.
That I don't deal with that kind of stuff, or that I don't know what they were looking for? You can be honest, robot.
That a Bothan would not remember the purpose of the mission.
The purpose of the mission was to get the... sorry, out of character, what was it? We were trying to get a transmitter?
You were trying to get a
computer core.
A nav computer.
Yeah. A nav computer. It's a computer thing.
What type of vessel was it?
I now realize what the bot's here for.
Old.
I will be stupid about this, but I'll describe a different ship.
Okay, let's try deception.
Yep.
And I would say that this is... Well, we're not going to assign a difficulty. I am going to assign you a black die, although I think you can absorb that.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So put a black die in there, and it'll just be absorbed. And then you're going to be rolling against
Yeah, I assumed that.
Okay.
I just didn't roll the black die since it was going away anyways.
Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. Let me just.
Yeah, with his 10 dice.
Uh, out of character, when you said you realized what the droid is here for, you meant lie detector, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
At first I thought interpreter, no. Both ends would know better. Ah, got it. You're here for the intelligence portion.
There we go. Okay, let's roll this.
Ah,
Oh my god.
All right, there we go. So there
This
you
is
are.
going to be an ongoing thing.
It's going to be an ongoing thing. So the droid kind of cocks his head again. And we didn't specify what you said as far as a ship, but presumably you just kind of dug up something, an old
something that I would have been able to pull up, I guess.
An old pirate ship or something. Like, oh, well, there's a pirate vessel that may have had something on board.
Oh, like some shipping crate or some shipping vessel.
But essentially the droid says he's not convinced, and Prince Daaro says, well, neither am I.
Well, not that it would take, or it would take a lot to impress you, but all right.
What does this have to do with anything?
My guess is that you just want it's his brother?
No, his uncle, actually.
Oh, my guess is you would just want your relative back. You didn't really read much about anything else, did you?
Oh, no, my relative is only one of the things I want. He should certainly face justice back in the cronies' mandate. But the reason we are on this quest is because of something he stole. Something which I believe you were hired to investigate.
Well, I just, I finished the second drink and I put it down and said, your droid makes good drink. So
you can have another. We're well
as
stocked.
far as, I'll take you up on that. Make it a double.
The droid goes behind the bar and begins mixing a drink.
As you know, as far as what we know, I haven't heard anything so far about what we get out of this. At this point, the only thing we have to expect is short trip in the vacuum. So I appreciate the drink and all, but I need to hear something more.
Well, that is the midpoint in the potential bad futures that you can expect. But it's by far
being
not
thrown
the
into
worst.
vacuum is the midpoint?
I mean, it's short. Most people die in vacuum within 2 minutes. On the other side, you could potentially walk away. I mean, unless what you tell me is absolutely remarkable or you're willing to do something really amazing for me, I'd say the offer of paying you is now well off the table after you chose to ignore me when I did make the offer. But it's possible you can walk away with all of your limbs and digits intact. I mean, as I said, your friends did abandon you. Now, let's get back to the item in question. The item which was stolen. I believe Mr. Vitus, you have some expertise in this area. Is that not correct?
Ah, you did some research.
The droid nods.
Yeah. Ah, you did some research. Good work.
Well, let's test it out, shall we? Daaro fishes in his pockets and pulls out a coin and tosses it over to you. Can you identify that?
I'll take a look at it.
Okay. It is a gold coin, about yay big. It has a marking on the back of it that looks like some kind of type of starship. It's a very weird old design. Looks nothing like any starship you've seen. And on the front of it, it appears to be like shooting some kind of energy weapons outward from its bow. And on the other side of it is a skull, the image of a humanoid skull with two starbursts in the eyes.
Okay.
And a couple things in a script that you may or may not recognize. But this requires a lore roll, and I would say it's a difficulty of 3.
Okay.
There you go. You are successful.
Yay.
You identify this as a coin from the mint of Zim the Despot, an ancient pre-Republic warlord and dictator who was notorious in certain parts of the galaxy.
So he looks over the coin. He'll hand it to Thom just to look at. Not that he'd have anything to...
Yeah. I mean, I do have some lore, but I don't know that I'm going to add much.
Right. But, so you look it over, and I assume tell him what it is.
Yeah, okay. So you got a coin from a mint from a...
Zim the Despot.
Yeah, Zim the Despot.
Indeed, very true. If you
Yeah, he'll take the coin from Thom and throw it back over.
He catches it. So you do know your business. That's very good. So, if that's true, then certainly you must have been curious about this item that Andro and Lodik-Ahm Madar hired you to look into.
Thom, you will notice Zag's eye twitch, but Zag will be like, yeah, I was very interested and would like to know where and when it came from.
Your buddy here over there is very quiet, I've noticed. He's not going to be drinking with us?
He's not here to talk. He's not here to drink.
It's a shame, pal. But, too bad the prince won't let you off the leash. But I guess that's what you're paid for, huh? I want to like kind of like push a drink towards him. But what I'm trying to do is I want to get a closer look at his holster. I want to see if it's a quick draw holster or if the gun's strapped down in some way.
You go to pass a drink for him, and actually, even as you get closer, his hand twitches a little bit toward the gun, and it is indeed.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to distract his attention from where I'm looking.
Yeah, it is indeed a quick draw holster.
Okay.
And it looks like that is not a stock blaster.
Okay.
It's a custom job.
Yeah.
So
Zag will kind of be pulled out of whatever trance he was almost pulled into. Thank you, Thom.
So again, returning to the topic of the item, what can you tell me about it?
It's old. Like really, really old. Like he will try and give the date that he knows.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, it was like 4,000 years ago, more.
Yes, you believe that it's at least 4,000 or more.
Yeah.
The droid Interesting. That is not consistent with the data in the official Cronies records.
Should probably update those.
Agreed. What did you make of the design? The star system?
Your droid's pretty invested in this, huh? He's got a personal interest in this?
He's top of the line. What can I say?
Zag is going to unfortunately start walking towards the droid, and it's like, yeah, star system, and it looked like one of the stars got thrown off, huh?
That's also information that is not in the official records.
Dude, what are you missing? Check this out. And he's not going to go over how to open the device or that he turned on the device, but he's going to go over the intricate details, over everything and what he thinks each piece was before they touched it and opened up the star system.
Okay. So basically,
like the physical construction of the device?
No, well, yeah, the physical construction of the device, the fact that it's a star system, it looks like it's an old star system. It looks like one of the planets got thrown off, and he is now vested in the droid. Zag is now geeking out about this thing with somebody who will geek out with him. So he's just giving out all the details, and this is all the stuff before they found out things. So all the scratches on the little hole that's right there, what is that even for?
I like this idea.
No, it's not an idea. It's Zag is now kind of unfortunately on his obsession.
Yes, he is definitely on it. He's definitely on his obsession.
Yeah.
Well,
RT909
pedantic nerd pedantry could take the prince and the guard off guard a little bit.
It's somebody with nerd cred that's interested in nerd cred.
Well, so RT909 seems actually, I mean, it's hard to read a droid's body language, but he keeps twitching his head and listening, and but what about this, and what about this, and you guys are actually having a conversation about this. He is curious about well, if it's this old, not this old, then what was the construction? Who constructed it? How could this be? I'm gonna say this doesn't require. What would you like to roll on this? We could, if you're just being flat out and just, are you? I guess I want to be very careful about how far you're going with this, what detail you're reviewing. So you're talking really about the construction, the origin of the device.
It sounds almost like he's trying to pump the droid for information to find out more about what they know.
Exactly. Exactly.
But Tom, it's before. Zag is going to be honest with him with all the information before him and Bothan touched it.
Uh-huh.
So he's not going to release any information after that, for one, although he might get into the Jedi and the family.
Okay. So that will be a topic of discussion, and we should definitely get into that. First, before we do that, I want to go back to you, Tom. First of all, you can very quickly see that as this conversation goes, you see Prince Daaro start to go he's reaching behind him to grab the bottle the drink was made from, and
he doesn't seem like a details sort of guy. Yeah,
he is not a details sort of guy. He is completely bored by this. Togan Raz is fixed on you two.
Okay.
And when Zag got up to talk to and he's kind of got up to talk to RT909, he kind of shifted he's kind of trying to split his gaze a little bit between the two of you, and he actually backs up.
Yeah.
He backs up slightly so we can keep you both in his vision.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm taking a seat wherever with the droid.
Okay. But that is what you assess as you watch them. So back to.
Okay. I am going to try to get the prince drunk.
So you're gonna? Can I have another?
Yeah, I'm going to just, comment on this stream of words that's coming out of them, and just try to encourage him to keep drinking.
This is, I think this is going to require a charm. I gotta say, that's what you're going to
Damn
need.
it.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. That is very clearly what this calls for.
Yeah, no, this is charm. Yeah.
If you want to flip a destiny point to to make it less,
Do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they still have 2 green in charm, but
Oh,
okay.
Blow a destiny die. It's fine.
Okay. It's against 3 purple, I assume.
It's no, it's going to be an opposed roll, but this is what you want to do. So this is again, I continually have gotten this wrong, and I apologize for this. What you want to do is upgrade with that spending that destiny point. You upgrade one of those greens to a yellow.
Okay. Is that really worthwhile though?
Probably not against whatever he's rolling.
Yeah.
But still, you can roll.
Yeah, if you don't want to do it,
Sure.
don't do it. I mean, you don't
I will roll. I'm just not going to spend the destiny die.
Okay, that's fine.
Not bad.
Yeah. Let's see. I get would it be discipline for him or something?
It's going to be discipline, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of a fop.
You're in luck though, because his discipline is not that good, and you just edged him out. So you actually do get him to pour you a drink, and he pours himself a drink.
Nice.
So that is sort of kind of working.
Yeah.
You're at least drinking. Hey, there's no reason we can't sit here and be civil and drink.
Yeah.
He discusses.
You've certainly got a fine selection.
Well, thank you. And he will be happy to talk about.
Oh, good. Yeah, I will get him going on that.
Meanwhile, Togan Raz is like,
It's just like, really?
Just need to get him bored enough that he stops paying a little bit of attention.
What are we gonna do?
And then I need to talk to the boss at some point, but I don't know how the hell I'm going to get a message to him.
So back to your conversation with RT909.
Okay.
So the general belief is that the construction was simultaneous with the disappearance of Andro and Cron. But you are saying this is not correct, that it is much older.
Yes.
If this is the case, then who constructed it, and how did it come into the possession of Andro and Cron? Did it indeed come into the possession of Andro and Cron, or is that erroneous?
That's incorrect. Like, you asked a correct or incorrect answer.
Any detail
Sorry.
that you can...
Oh, there you were.
Any detail?
Just
I
the
wonder
last
if it's
sentence.
just the droid voice that's.
No. It was my audio.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He just wants to know any detail you can provide. What are your findings?
Oh, well, it was because it was the Jedi that created it that we theorized, right? Yeah. So there was a.
But wait. No, to refresh your memory.
Thank you.
The original supposition was that the Jedi created it, but
Yeah.
the timeline of when the Jedi lived and disappeared, who was Andro and Cron, does not match the age of the device that you surmised. So he personally cannot have created it. It's possible that some Jedi created it, but it's much older than
Okay. So yeah, no. This was made much before him. He may have just had it and people accredit him with it, but no, far older than him.
And you mentioned a wayward planet. This does not appear in the engravings or the holos of the object.
Correct.
How did you make this discovery?
Somebody who knows the astronomy. Yeah, it wasn't me that figured that part out. It was someone else.
I see. And what of the receptacle?
Oh, well, we thought it was the sun.
No. The receptacle. You were found with a cylindrical key. I assume you believe that this was somehow connected to the device. Where did you come by this key?
In the Hutt's inventory.
I thought you said you went to the Hutt for astrogation data.
Oh, that was on our way out.
I'm confused. You just happened to find this key? Is this key relevant to the object, or am I mistaken?
It might be irrelevant. I don't know. Probably is irrelevant. I mean, come on. How big is the universe? But it looked about the right shape and size, so I was just going to try.
I will examine this device.
Okay. Is that enough, your princeliness?
I'm still trying to get him drunk.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how long that conversation was, but he just turns to him and says that.
Yeah, they're definitely drinking. It is, you know, you tied with an advantage, so I'm going to say that this is what I'm going to say. Because you tied with an advantage, he is drinking. You're not going to get him sloppy drunk because Togan Raz is going to intervene at some point and say enough. But
yeah, that's enough, sir.
In doing that, that is definitely distracting Togan Raz to some extent, and it's clear that he's frustrated. And you also get a better look at his rig, and it is definitely a custom blaster, custom grip. Appears to have the front sight filed down. It's got a hair trigger, and it may or may not be integrated with his helmet.
Okay. When he looks at the prince,
yeah.
I want to shoot. Zag a quick glance, and then a quick glance. Look at him in the eyes, and then a quick glance at the blaster.
Okay, so you're trying to basically body language a message to Zag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I would say that is deception.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, since you're just passing it since it's the room, I'm just going to say, oh, well, we should have added dice for that one. So let's add 2 purple. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you still come out okay. You end up with a net of 1 threat and 3 successes. So that's not too bad. So I'd say that you were successful in getting Zag's attention, kind of like, hey, firearm or blaster.
Yeah.
The threat is that RT-909 notices Zag glance away and then looks at you. Doesn't see what you were looking at, but definitely is looking at you now.
Okay. How about another one? You got anything like dark?
I think
like a.
I'm sorry. I think the master needs to retire for the evening. Master, we have much to discuss.
Prince,
are you one of those princes that kind of gets run by your servants then?
All right, let's try that one. What do you think is the relevant skill in that case?
Coercion?
I think coercion is indeed it.
Yeah.
So roll coercion versus his discipline. I will give him I'm going to give him a blue die because he has his manservant droid.
I have anti-black dice. So
anti-black dice is fine. Anti-black dice is fine from your end, but it doesn't
affect. So. Okay.
Can I argue a black die for drinking for both of them?
Yes, you can. That's an excellent point. Thank you very much. I
okay.
Agree. All right, roll it.
Nice.
Okay. So let's see. You definitely beat him. 5 successes. So that will beat him. So
the 2 advantage is them still trying to get him to go.
Yes, exactly. They're just they're not gonna give up. They're gonna keep trying to get him to go. But he says, "Nonsense. We're getting good information. Let's keep talking."
Can I make a quick request? Can we have an actual quarter?
An actual quarter?
An actual room to sleep in.
Oh.
Yeah, can we have an actual room to sleep in? Yeah.
Quarters plural, as opposed to a quarter.
Yeah.
You can have a quarter, sure. That's not much money at all. But yes, you can have. Of course, you're being so helpful. Once again, like Togan Raz is kind of just like, he just looks up at the bulkhead for a second.
Token, we'd like to thank you for your patience through all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He just stares at me for a second.
I would like to do one more thing while the prince and I are buddy and he's bragging about his collection here. I would like to look through his drinks to find a liquor or whatever, some sort of liquid that is thick, dark, and sticky. Something that you could say throw at a face plate and would make a big splatter on it.
Okay.
You want jam for that, not alcohol.
Well, yeah, maybe he has food here. I don't know.
Seems to be mostly a liquid diet in here, but there is some food. Let's see here. What in the world would we roll against for that?
Skullduggery?
Skullduggery. The catch-all for all kinds of nefarious things that you wish to do. So I would say against...
Okay.
2 purple and 1 black.
I'm just looking to find it. I'm not... Actually, right. Yeah, it's perception. Oh, because I'm just trying to find it, right?
Well, perception, that's true. Perception, if it does exist. You're right. Let's do perception. It's still the same difficulty.
Okay.
2 purple, 1 black.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you failed to find anything that is quite fits the bill.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that those 2 advantages...
Jägermeister. I mean, it's thick enough. That's kind of what you're looking for.
With those 2 advantages, I'm going to say that while you're looking for something and not finding it, Prince Cron is like, here, get out of the way, let me pick. And he picks. He thinks you're just looking for something good. It's like, this is what this is what we should be drinking, since we're going to be such good friends.
Yeah.
So they pour another drink.
Okay.
And so you are both drinking. He is rather, so he insisted on this. So that'll get you through another drink. So I'm going to say they're going to continue pushing at this point, the 2 of them, RT909 and Togan Raz, to try to get him to disengage.
Zag's going to start talking to the bot again and just be like, can you tell me what information you had on this era? Look, they're just having another drink. Come on, we can keep talking. This is fascinating.
I am afraid we have not established that level of trust. You have provided information, and that is welcome. However, we have no formal deal.
This is true, but we also don't have any informal deals. We could make an informal deal. We're 5 people in a room. We're not a threat. We're not going to do anything.
Would you like to roll a skill to convince him to talk some more?
I wouldn't like to, but I will try charm, I guess.
You will have to do some kind of charm. Okay, so there's him.
I think he's still in robot voice.
Indeed, I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
Okay, you slightly edge him out.
Nice.
It's just like the drink.
In good faith. Oh, now I have to go back to robot voice. In good faith, I will tell you that the item, the receptacle, the key that is similar to what you found, that you procured, is similar to one pictured in some art of the period from certain members of the Cronies royal family who lived at the time of Lentil and Cron.
Can I see a picture of it?
No.
That's fair. Okay. Well, thank you for that information. That's very acceptable. You may proceed with peeling the prints off now.
All right. Thom, I will give you an opportunity to have a little bit more interaction with the prince here before they try to pull him away again. What would you like to do?
Okay. I am thinking of, trying to wedge a little bit between the prince and his bodyguard. I'm going, this guy's a stiff. You can't even get a joke out of him. Are you, it must be pretty goddamn boring hanging out with this asshole every single day.
So you're talking to him about Togan Raz?
I'm talking as if the bodyguard isn't standing right there, and I am playing on the prince's vanity and hopefully isolation.
So Togan is a very, very valued member of my retinue.
Yeah, but you can have a favorite blaster, you can have a favorite speeder, you can have all sorts of favorite things, but you can't really talk to him, can you?
He pulls out the coin and looks at Togan and throws it across the room.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And Togan Raz very quickly, in the blink of an eye, shoots the coin out of the air with the blaster set on low power so it doesn't puncture the bulkhead behind it, and twirls the blaster and goes back into his holster.
That's a pretty good trick. When I was a kid, I had a rock beast that could grab a fly out of the air.
That poor coin.
Yeah. And you see, actually, Zag, you actually see RT-909 kind of react a little bit. Sir! Oh, what? I have a whole bag of them.
Can I have that one?
Now you can.
Is it just slag?
It's just slag. It's like just like a big old hole in the middle, just slightly off center. Togan Raz, by the way, does not react to your rise at all.
Yeah. He's going to be much harder.
It was off center, you said?
Yeah, it's slightly off center, yeah.
Yeah, your aim's a little off.
I'm a little dehydrated.
What was that?
I'm a little dehydrated.
I'm sorry, that voice isn't coming through.
Oh, he says he's a little dehydrated.
Oh. Should have been drinking.
So at this point, they're going to insist much more forcefully that it is time for the prince to retire for the evening.
Okay.
We will wait here until someone takes us to our quarters.
They will indeed take you to the guards will take you to quarters. The Togan Raz looks through the quarters, checks what's inside. It's a very simple compartment. It's just a crew bunk, basically. It's just got
that's fine.
Two bunks. But he checks it anyway to see if there's anything that he doesn't want in here. He does take a couple of toiletry items that are stored in the room and hands them to the guard and takes them out. they then leave you in the compartment and lock you in.
That's fine.
Okay.
I expected that too, but at least now it's a bed.
Yeah, sit on the bunk, test the mattress, say, "Nice work, my friend."
Nice work with you too. Thank you. I mean, we already knew their history was all goobered up, is the best way to put it.
All right. So you're just basically locked up on that. You know, I don't have a picture of the compartment, but you get the idea. You're on the ship. There are guards throughout the ship. You can talk
as
freely
Zag's
now.
talking.
Yeah.
Whenever a guard goes by, though, Zag's like, "Yeah, I just can't believe that they would leave us like that. I mean, that's horrible." And then when he goes by, it's back to whatever conversation we were actually having.
Well, at this point, they do let you have a closed door.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Oh, that's right. It's not force field. Anyways. So,
are you going to talk freely in the compartment, or what are you going to talk about?
Thom is not going to talk freely.
Yeah, Zag's not going to exactly talk freely either.
Thom is going to just talk about trifles, but he is going to point at Zag, and then he's going to clap his hand on his hip. And he's going to make a motion like
twirling his hand, like twirling a gun or something, or
no, just like a waving motion, like some sort of mystical person would make.
Oh, like trying to indicate.
Yeah.
How about this? I think
he claps his hand on his hip a couple more times.
To make it easy on us, because Thom may be better at this than you are. Let's see if you can make a roll to non-verbally communicate what you want to communicate to Zag.
Okay.
Actually, it's okay, because what Zag is going to do is he's going to sit in front of Thom. He's going to put his back against his knees, and he's going to lean his head back and say, "Just pet me." Like whispering, but just pet me and just keep it low for right now.
Man, I've done some weird shit, but this is really
get your head really down in here.
Yeah.
I don't care if they think we're making out or whatever. Just this is
okay.
the best we got.
It's up to you. Okay, I will whisper then. Yeah, it's up to you. You got to grab that gun. Use your Jedi shit and grab that gun.
Okay, what's your plan? What am I gonna do with it then? I mean,
he won't have it.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do? There's no way we're gonna get out of here with just a gun.
That's just step one. Figure it out the rest later.
We tried that before. We got captured by a hut.
But we got away.
You did get away.
Where did we get away to?
I'm just saying, let's stick with what works.
All right, but play along that everybody leaving us sucks.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know that they're wrong.
We don't know that they're right. I don't think Bob can leave us.
I got no resentment against them if they made the choice to dump us, but it's the smart call. But I'm not relying on them.
Again, so the get the gun. I guess it's get the gun when the opportunity arises, or
yeah.
I mean, that's basically all we can plan so far.
Yeah, your winging it privileges are getting revoked after this.
You're afraid of success. That's what this is.
No. I'm better at planning. There has to be a plan. You go into the
Then let's hear your plan. Give me a plan.
We have to play along for a little while. I mean, the plan is not great right now.
The plan is do nothing? Okay.
No, the plan right now, well, yeah, actually, the plan kind of
Wait, the plan is play it by ear?
No, the plan is do nothing right now. You seem to have been getting the prince's trust. You can keep working on that. I'm interested in information from the bot, and I'm willing to trade information, but we'll see how that goes.
I'm just saying, be ready when the moment arises.
I catch your thoughts on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for sure, if the opportunity presents itself, right?
Yeah.
There's general agreement on that. The question is,
will it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else? What else will turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Okay. All right. So with that said, you are able to sleep. The next day, you awaken to the ship making what sounds to be planetfall. And you hear actually a message over the ship's intercom to secure for landing. You must have come out of hyperspace while you were both still getting some rest. By the way, Thom, you now have enough. You had enough in your system that I think we can remove those 2 strain.
Okay. Good.
So, let's see here. So you are greeted by there's a knock or a chime on your door, and the door opens, and there are 2 guards, and Togan Raz is there, and indicates for you to follow him.
Our 8:30 wake up call.
Oh, they couldn't send somebody with a little bit more personality.
Oh, shit. And you are led toward the lounge, but in this case, there are on the other side of the lounge. There's some observation windows have been opened. Plates have been opened. You see the ship is coming in for a landing over what appears to be a warm, looks very warm, temperate, maybe even tropical area with various islands, sort of unusual karst kind of islands, and what appears to be some very warm seas around it. Does not appear to be a lot of habitation around here. Just appears to be beautiful nature.
Ended on. Good news.
Good news, everyone. So there you are. You come in for a landing, and the ship kind of parks itself on a beach on one particularly nice-looking little island, and there's some movement of crew, and the prince stops by and says, "Welcome to Alessandro Pico."
Does he get a bottle for the road?
Oh, there'll be plenty of time to drink as we discuss a business arrangement and your more than immediate future.
Oh, we're not going to be left here. Good news.
Marooned? No. Ooh, that is a good idea, but no. Don't tempt me. The romantic in me really likes that idea, but no, we won't do that. You have again, as far as we can tell, proven to be honest, which no one was more surprised about that than me. And I think that maybe we can indeed make a deal. So let's sit on the beach and talk. The reason we're here, by the way, amazing eclipse about to happen, and I just demanded that we show up so we wouldn't miss it. It was so glad that we didn't have to return you to the torture chambers back in the cronies' mandate, so I could still make this important date here.
There's no reason.
We've been hanging out here for a while, waiting for word from the bounty hunters, and then you made things easy. So here we are. So you are on the beach, basically led down the ramp out onto the beach. The guards take up some of the guards at least take up position around the ship, just kind of guarding it. Merely a precaution, of course. There are, as far as we know, no large predators on this part of the planet. Very peaceful. The resorts are nice too, but this is so much better. Absolutely private. No one here to bother us or to interrupt our discussions. RT-909 and some of the guards have laid out a couple of chairs and a table and an awning. And they're apparently going to bring you lunch. Sit down, let's talk. Togenraz has positioned some distance away behind the prince.
How far away is the table from the tree line?
I would say it's probably about, distance is abstract. I would say it's medium distance from you.
Medium distance, that's
Yes.
fine. Yeah. Okay.
Close enough that you can still make out the individual trees and the roots. It's a beach. It's not like a massive, huge, it's a reasonably large beach because it's big enough to hold this ship. But it's
far enough that you'll get put full of holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You try to run.
You cannot make.
Yeah, but if I can make it to the tree line, anyways.
Okay, so let's talk.
Well, you got information. Did you process it?
Some of it, of course, but I wouldn't worry about that right now.
How much did you retain?
That's not important. That's what I have a droid for. What is important is the business arrangement that we can make that will hopefully result in a more pleasant future for you. Well, the terms and conditions is that you'll tell us everything you know about your former colleagues, that you will tell us everything you know about Andro and Lodik-Ahm and their movements and their ship and their resources. And that if you have proven yourselves to be loyal...
Sorry, I can't do it. I can't, turn against an ex-employer. It's kind of a personal policy. I could tell you about the crew, but I won't tell you about Lodik. And I know that that's kind of a critical thing for you, but it's kind of a critical thing for me. Being a Bothan, I don't want to expose too much. So...
This is a criminal.
Not, but according to you, yes, but according to me, he's not. So I can't. I'm not part of your empire for one. So I don't really care that you consider him a criminal.
You're an imperial citizen, and the cronies mandate is part of the empire. So you kind of are.
I still personally don't have to care. It's a big universe, and I'm just one individual. So sorry.
See, we had a very nice conversation last night, and now I'm thinking that perhaps I made a mistake.
Well, I do apologize for that. We're still having a very pleasant conversation. It's just the terms that we're negotiating now.
He turns,
we still got that eclipse to look forward to.
He turns to Thom. What about you?
Well, I haven't heard a whole lot of specifics yet. You want me to spill a bunch of information, but...
You want to know what's in it for you? Is that it?
Yeah, well, yes.
You already said money.
Thing. Yeah, he said money, but money doesn't do me any good if he's going to put a blaster bolt through my brain as soon as we're done. I've seen what your nanny there can do.
You see Togenraz. You're almost getting getting the point where I want you could use scathing tirade on Togenraz. You're definitely building the foundation.
I'm working towards it. Yes.
I'm having continuing connection problems, so we may have to. We may want to wrap this up pretty soon. But I would like to see if we can at least get to a decision on this scene. He says, "Okay, they don't get to see the eclipse. Put them back in the cell." And the guards and Togen Raj show up to lead you away, and he says, "I think you're misunderstanding the power dynamics here."
I'm not. Oh man, I actually am. I wanted to see that eclipse.
So they take you back to the holding cell.
You can see an eclipse anytime you want if you get in the ship. Any single moment you want, you can see an eclipse.
That's not the point.
That's true. You can see literally thousands of eclipses any time.
Yeah.
Throughout the galaxy.
Well, I mean, you just move to a spot where where the moon is in the way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, you're back in the holding cell.
Drat.
Are we being actively guarded?
Yes, it's exactly the same situation you were in before.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever see this eclipse? I hear it's pretty good.
The guard's not responding to you.
Well, too bad you got to miss it because of us, though. I mean, it's not like we're going anywhere, but you got to sit here and watch.
Thom, maybe you should take him up on his offer.
I don't know. All I'm hearing is a bunch of promises.
Thom,
I'll take care of you.
Thom, up here. Thom, take his. You should take his.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
You should take his offer.
Well, I certainly don't want to miss that eclipse. So yeah, I'll tell him I'm open to. Hey, tell your boss that I'm willing to negotiate.
That gets the guard's attention. He'll get on his comm link, and they show up again at your cell. I hear you've rethought your situation.
Yeah, well, going back here, scent is kind of a memory trigger. So being back here, it kind of brought things home for me. So yeah, I'd like to. Well, we want to see the eclipse, and so I'm willing to talk, and we can work out guarantees later on.
So you're willing to talk, and what are you willing to tell us?
What, you want to know about Lodik-Ahm? You want to know about Andro? You want to know? I mean, what else do you want to know?
I want you to provide us with their location and the location of the device.
Okay. That is actually 3 different locations, but okay.
All right.
But talking is thirsty work. I'm gonna need a couple drinks.
Okay. You can come out. Zag, you stay here.
I'm aware this is where the livestock are.
So, Thom, you are allowed to leave.
Okay.
And head on back to the beach. They take away the chair that's for you. It was for you.
They make me stand?
Yeah, they make you stand. You can drink standing. Oh look,
Sure.
the eclipse is starting.
Okay.
So while we view this wonder of nature,
yeah,
where can Andro and Lodik-Ahm and their vessel be found?
Well, now you're talking about even more locations. Okay. Well, the last time I saw Andro he was still aboard. He was aboard the. We got a little smaller landing vessel, a little landing craft. I don't know the specifications on it. I'm not really a technical guy, but he was going to go help pick up whatever they needed in the debris field.
I see. And you don't happen to know if they were successful or not, do you?
Well, like you said, I never saw them again. Look over at the bodyguard.
Yeah.
Man, aren't you sweltering in that thing? You must be bottled up and just, God, it must be ripe as hell in there. Because it's nice and warm out here, but there's a pretty good breeze off the water. But oof.
I have a cooling system.
Oh, so you're just breathing the same recycled air all over and over.
Could we continue our conversation, please?
Sure.
So that's the last time we were. Where were you to rendezvous?
Prince ain't got time for your bullshit. We were going to rendezvous back on the what the hell's the name of the big ship?
The Lost Legacy.
Aboard the Lost Legacy. We were going to, get in, talk to the Hutt, jerk them around a little bit, make a few bargains. We were gonna we had proposed a big sale to him, a big buy, actually, a big purchase on our part. It didn't get that far, but we were going to buy from him, and then tell him we were coming back with credits.
How did you find out about this data? This Navicomputer?
Well, that is a long story.
I'd love to hear it.
Well, okay. So, I'm really hoping Zag has some sort of plan or something.
Okay, well, how about this? While you're
yeah.
let's say you're stalling for time. Give me a roll to stall for time. That is probably deception.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm gonna say, since that's just kind of generally against the group, I'm just gonna say it's 3 purple and a black.
Okay.
So there you go. So you get that out of all that, you get 2 successes.
Yes.
And let me just refresh here.
And like I said, Zag, now's the time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's your time to shine.
Is there some sort of like button system on my side or in the room with me?
You mean back home? Let me just make sure that that's go back to you for a second.
Yeah, because I don't.
So there is no control or button that you can see in this part of the room. You think it's probably on the other side of the main door that's outside in the corridor.
I think it's probably.
It's probably
on the other side.
On the other side of the corridor. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, I just like the best plan that I have is don't give them everything, but don't tell them things. I mean, Zag couldn't do it just because Zag doesn't have the he
Can I
personally
make an out of character suggestion?
You absolutely may.
Yeah.
That speeder hanging there is a weapon ready to go.
Well, that's if it's operational.
Yeah, if it's operational, but
I mean, it looks.
It's a weapon ready to go if it is, and it's it's hanging on a rack like it's it's set up to be pulled down. It's this is like his sporting equipment room, right?
Yeah.
And a strong enough impact from a speeder might take this force field down.
I don't think it's aimed the right way.
Well, no, it would require some sort of motive power, some sort of kinetic energy.
I get where you're going with this. It doesn't have like any guns on it, correct? His little speeder.
It does not. It has not. It does not have. It's a recreational speeder. It looks like it's fast.
Yeah.
I would also. I mean, it's also a speeder. It's a vehicle. It's a. I mean, see what I'm. I mean, I don't know. You can use it as a weapon. It's also pretty much the only vehicle that you see here. So. Factor that into your thinking.
All right. Is there any way to try and turn it on?
You can probably. Yeah, you could see the controls from here. You probably could turn it on.
Okay, I think it's time to start stealthily being a Jedi.
Stealthily being a Jedi, yes, indeed. That is a possibility. Okay, so let's see.
I mean, it's aimed almost right at that guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, let's try that. So, do you want to use move to basically push a button, and then kind of try to aim the speeder generally at that guard? Is that correct? Is that what we're trying here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if that is the case, then what you would need to do would be to roll your force dice or force die, and hopefully have enough. All right, you have one dark side, and you see, once again, as something I mentioned offline, the reason that we buy more force ratings is so we don't have to worry about the dark side. All right, so do you want to dip into the dark side or not?
My guess is I can't use like a foresight point.
No, you cannot use it they can't use it for this purpose.
I say embrace it. With both arms.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind on that. I'm gonna say that because Destiny dice are again, I want them to be flexible. So I will say, just on the fly ruling, that you can use them to add an extra force. Let's say
if you want to make it, go ahead.
A die instead of just you don't just automatically get a success, but you add an extra force die.
Okay, I'll take that.
So just roll one more force die, and hopefully it'll come up.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Both arms, you said? That was what it was, Thom?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll dip again.
All right, into the dark side we go.
That's 2 now.
That's 2 dark side.
And I'd like to point out it's 0 and 2. Yeah.
Yes. So you are frustrated. You are just like you're caged up here. You're just you don't know how this is going to go. You don't like where this is going, and you just need out of this goddamn room. And you get frustrated, and you're like, I could just slam that into him. I could just slam it into him, and just turn it on, and it'll go flying. So you use force move. You engage the speeder. He looks. And it goes flying. So I need you to do. This is again. This is kind of a weird one because it's you're essentially piloting it remotely.
Okay.
Do you have any points in piloting planetary?
No, but I've got 3 dice.
Okay, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good natural ability. So why don't you? Why don't you try that real quick and give me a roll against, I would say, it's literally pointed at him. So it's only 1 purple, but it's 1 black because you're doing it remotely. All right, we're going to try 1 more time. And this is our last best hope. So we'll see if this works. Because we're just about to get into combat rounds, which is, of course, the ever-dreaded point. Where we left it was the Crony's Guard was knocked out, and because of those 2 advantages you rolled, the speeder is technically still working. So
good.
I'm going to need you to roll initiative, and you'll need to roll cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Did you switch to initiative? Yes.
I did. Excellent. Switch to initiative, and I'm going to add the Crony's Guardsman.
Mm-hmm.
And I will add there they are.
Any chance I could roll vigilance because I was expecting something to happen. I was killing time. Give him time.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, so the Crony's Guardsman board will also roll vigilance. All right. Although technically just save that because I'm going to say that the impact is not quite noisy enough. You're far enough away from the ship that the impact is not quite noisy enough that it's going to immediately take place.
Well, he's still expecting something, so when he's able to roll or act in initiative.
Exactly, when you are able to act, we will act. So
okay.
So essentially, so that crashed into the guardsman. You're still behind a force field. What are you going to do about that?
That's a good question. They don't have like key cards or anything. Is there a way to? What is this big large item? I couldn't move that even if I wanted to. Now that I think about it.
Well, I believe you have. That's not true. I believe you have upgraded the strength of your move. Have you not? Or is that just? Oh, it's.
No. I think you're right.
Strength,
actually,
strength you upgraded both strength and magnitude. So I believe you can.
That's right. I didn't get control.
Yeah. The large item you talking about, the thing on the floor.
Yeah.
There's a So that's a hoverboard on the floor. And then there's a big animal skull, and some crates with who knows what in them. All of those items are within.
Try to get the hoverboard into the field and short it out.
That is a possibility.
If not, I'll try the skull.
That is a possibility.
If not, I'll try and.
Okay, you could try. You could try to slam the hoverboard into the force field. That's a possibility.
I could try and also throw it into the controls. I'll try it into the controls. I mean, at this point, I don't know. I'm grasping at straws.
That might be a better bet. Okay, so yes, so you're going into the dark side. We're dipping in. It's getting ugly. So powering that next item, and basically, I would say in this case, this is not going to be piloting because you're not trying to work controls. You're just picking up an item and throwing it at a control panel. So it's it's ranged light.
Ranged light. Okay.
Yes. I'm going to say that's basically just 1 purple because it's short range.
Nice.
4 successes and 1 threat. Okay, so
the alarm goes off.
Yes, so that is exactly right. So you shut off the you successfully shut off the force field. You are now out, and now the ship's alarm has gone off because the force field is down. Okay, so that is you. Now, Thom.
Well, I think the guards go before me.
The guards will go before you. That is true. So we'll do that 1 round inside the ship. So the guards you are coming out of that compartment, and you see these 2 guards, Zag. What are you going to do?
Hopefully drive past them.
Oh, you're going to drive past them on the
Yeah.
on the speeder. Okay, all right, very good.
See if you can grab the gun off the fallen guard as you drive by.
Oh yeah, no, I'll pick up his gun first and then get on the speeder.
Okay, so if you want to do that and get on the speeder, it's going to require you to spend 2 strain because you're pushing to do more actions. You're basically you're sweeping a thing.
I'm still here, but give me just a moment.
Okay. See, it's not just me who's having connection issues. It's
Come on,
No.
computer. There we go. You guys are back now.
Okay.
Okay.
So we would like you to
2 strain to pick up the gun and grab the speeder.
Exactly.
Okay,
right.
I will accept that.
Exactly right.
Piloting planetary again.
To pick up the gun is just a maneuver, and then piloting planetary to basically take the speeder bike down that ramp and out.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the penalty?
Piloting is 2. I'm going to say 2 with 1 black because you're piloting a speeder inside a ship. Wow, look at that. You're actually pretty good at piloting planetary, sir. All right.
I was going to say, I'd like to find out what I rolled. There we go. 3 successes.
There you go. You rolled 3 successes, which is excellent. So down the ramp you go, and they are going to take pot shots at you as you go. Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo. Let's see. Where's the range light? There it is. Fire.
Yes, they shoot each other.
Pew, 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 pew. So all
They
right.
turn to shoot me and then shoot each other, just like in the shoulder. Nothing serious.
Okay, so what they do is that they fail to hit you in the process of you do have to when you see a bunch of guns aimed almost at you as you're going down the ramp.
Yeah.
They do manage. Well, they don't manage to hit the speeder, but in the process of avoiding them, you do nick the vanes of the speeder on the way down. Kind of and sparks fly up on one side, and the speeder takes a point of system strain.
Okay.
So that is speeders, by the way, tend to have less strain than you do. So just be that is not a great. That's a little more significant for a speeder to take system strain than it is for you.
I just need to get me and Thom to the woods.
Okay. All right. So you are successfully outside of the ship. You're coming down the ramp. So let's take a look at that again. There's the Divine Right on the beach. The ramp goes behind the lower compartment there. So you basically come out behind those guards, and you're essentially facing the water. Now, Thom, I'm going to, pardon me while I have to roll to go back to initiative. Fresh here. All right. Let's see, Prince Daaro of Cron. And he will roll. Rolling remarkably well.
Of course he did. He is a prince after all.
Well, and also anybody who's rolling against me seems to roll remarkably well.
Yes. Okie doke. All right, so,
don't forget to turn off initiative.
And I'm about to turn off initiative. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I was just like, I must turn off initiative. Okay. We're gonna say top of the round. There is an alarm going off. They kind of look to the ship. Togan Raz is going to draw on you, Thom.
Okay.
Do you have anything to inhibit his roll or any kind of thing to use against him?
Yes.
Okay.
He is sitting down and I am not. So I'm going to shove this table into him.
Okay, fair enough. But the problem is he gets to act first. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I'll give him a black die. I'll give him a black die in that case.
Well, no. In that case, if he is that much faster, I wouldn't. I'm not going to act against him physically yet. I am going to try to use my scathing tirade on him.
Well, he gets to go first, so let's.
Yeah. But I'm saying I'm not.
You're not gonna act.
Not looking like a threat at the moment.
Okay, he's still gonna draw on you because he perceives you as a threat. Okay, so he is going to shoot at you. Okay, so he gets 2 successes plus his weapon. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Ignore that roll. He gets to use his special gun.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so he gets 3 successes. So let's see, that is
and a triumph.
Yeah.
Wait, does he have a thing that gives him I don't know what the symbol on the end is, but one of those.
That's not a triumph.
It's not a triumph.
That's an advantage. Sorry.
It's an advantage.
But he gets one automatically without rolling?
Automatically, he gets 1 advantage. That's how good his gun is.
Damn.
So, yeah. It's a combination of gun and training. So he's also a sharpshooter. So he gets 3 successes. So that is, let's see, that is 9 strain on you.
Okay. Oh, wait. So, he's not just drawing. He's pulling the trigger.
He's pulling the trigger. He's stunning you.
I missed that. Okay.
He's trying to stun you.
Oops. I think we're both hitting the button here.
There you go. No, I'm not hitting anything.
Oh.
All right, so there's 9 strain on you. So he fires a stun bolt at you, and it reels you, but it doesn't quite knock you down.
Okay.
Prince Daaro is unarmed. And basically he's going to retreat. He is going to retreat. So he is backing away and calling for his guards. So he's basically trying to put Togan Raz between himself and you. And I'm going to say he's going to try that here. And he is able to do that. So he's basically behind Togan Raz at this point. So he is not attacking. Now you can go.
Okay. I want to flip up the table, not into him, but for cover.
Okay.
Basically put it between me and him and hold on to the stem. I want to use it like a shield, basically. And say,
yes.
You idiots are always looking in the wrong goddamn place. Why would you shoot me? I didn't do a goddamn thing to you.
I was the one cooperating.
Yeah, right. I was the one. You. As long as you keep following that puffed up idiot, you're always going to be looking at the wrong fucking place.
All right, we have to shrink it down a little bit, but we'll say that you can basically as a maneuver you move up the table and as an act.
Okay.
And then you're basically. So do you want to use that skill? Use that as basically deception, I think, is what you want to do here.
Yeah, this is more deception than coercion because I'm trying to agitate him, but also I'm trying to play on the fact that I've been trying to drive the wedge between him and the prince for a few days.
Okay, got it. So let's try that deception against.
Okay.
And this again is against a group. I'm gonna say it's 2 purple, 1 black.
Okay. God damn it.
Okay. All right.
There's something you could do with force afterwards, or no?
With force?
Can I spend the force point after the fact?
You can. All you can do is eliminate that failure.
Yeah.
Oh, then. Well, but the difference between 1 failure and 0 failures is still failure. So.
Gotcha.
Moral. I mean, there's a slight difference in that a failure would be like, we don't believe you. No failures means we're confused.
I don't know. What do you think, man? Is that worth the force point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Having them just be confused is acceptable versus them being like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will spend it then.
Plus, hopefully, Pete will use them, and then we'll totally be boned.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we now switch that over. We're now on 2 black once more.
Just like Zag.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are back to it. All right. So that is you, and then so at this point, Zag, you come tearing down the ramp.
Yeah.
And out and.
Oh wait, hold on. He gets penalties from my scathing tirade thing. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't roll any failure. I had successes, so never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, you didn't do it. Yeah. So so forget that. But we'll say the 2 advantages are we'll just say that scathing tirade doesn't work per se, but they are confused enough. Let me think about this. How do we want to spend those 2 advantages?
It's no, he's kind of right. He was cooperating. It is that idiot.
Yeah. So,
and also the prince is making the wrong decisions. Maybe he's second guessing the prince's orders.
We'll say that we'll say that he's basically he's. They're it's not that they don't believe you, but they're confused, and it is successful enough that Togan Raz is basically like, well, he's right about one thing. Daaro doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So he kind of agrees with you on that, and and for that reason, he turns away from you for the moment to focus on other things.
I'm just going to point the speeder at Thom, or hopefully slightly off, so I can catch him on the way through.
Okay, so you're gonna point it at him as you come by. That does mean that you're gonna be. I have to warn you. That does mean you're going to be coming almost straight at Togan Raz. So he's going to get to shoot at you next turn.
Well, I know he's going to shoot at me, but hopefully I'm just trying to make some distance. That's what I'm aiming for right now.
Trust in the force.
Okie doke. All right, so it is so your turn is basically maneuvering and heading straight for Thom. Is there anything in particular else you want to do? Because you've got
catch Thom.
Okay,
I mean, that's really what I want to do. Is my action is to grab him and just keep going.
Okay, so you're actually you zip out. You're going to need a planetary piloting planetary roll to do that.
I am trying to aid him in this, by the way.
Okay, you're trying to aid by going towards it. So So why don't we say that if you see him gunning towards you, you have a split second where you can basically dodge outside of. Like, basically take your cover and, run with the cover and jump for the speeder.
Yes.
Or jump on the speeder. So we'll have you do that first. That is coordination or athletics.
Okay.
Whatever.
Just a roll?
No. It's against 2 difficulty.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
The threat is probably that I dropped the table.
No, it's probably in the speeder somehow.
I'm not going to be that mean to you guys. It's not that it's not. But okay. So what that does is so that allows you to get to him. What it does mean, however, is the threat is that at least like Daaro sees you like he's running, just like pointing at you. So the deception is not going to last past that one moment. It got Togenraz to turn away from you for a second, but the cronies guards are definitely still going to shoot at you.
Okay.
But that does allow a blue die to go to you, Zag, as for your turn. So we'll call that. It's a little bit fuzzy, but we'll call that you coming in to get Thom. That's fine.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
So the difficulty is piloting planetary with 3 difficulty.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 successes, 3 threats. I'm going to say the threats mean that the vehicle takes another system strain. It's good that you gave me that suggestion. Now that you go by and the table does indeed bounce off the vanes and kind of slow. You kind of careen around as you like. It's kind of like it's like Akira, where Kaneda sweeps out with the motorcycle, except you're not doing it on purpose. So you get it a little bit tangled up, and you're swooping around, and then the guards go.
To Thom, it's we just need to get to the woods. Just need to get to the trees.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Okie dokie.
God damn it.
So they fire at you.
That was the worst fucking luck in the system.
3 successes, 1 threat, 1 triumph. Okay. So
I am, since I would be hopping up on the back of the bike, I think I would probably be taking the majority of this.
I think that is probably true.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say so they shoot at you. They, however, do not have their blasters on stun, so you take actual damage. So
okay.
So you take 9 damage minus whatever soak you have.
Okay. I have 2, so that's 7.
Yep. Okay. So it is time to roll on the crit table.
Oh.
Time for criticals, folks. Time for criticals. Okay. So let's just go to the handy dandy crit table, and we will roll that. I apologize for the folks online because you can't see my crit roll, but you'll find out what it is soon enough.
See, now you can't criticize my improvised escape anymore because it was way better than yours.
Well, I've been fine.
My escape's going wonderfully.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't have a plan. You didn't have a plan. Nobody had a plan.
Nobody has a plan. Okay, so let's see here. Where's my Discord? Alrighty, so we'll just roll that here. All right.
Our only hope is that there's a old World War II or Clone War bunker in deep in the jungle.
Yeah, don't get your genres confused, sir.
Oh, no. If we can get to the jungle, I can survive. We can survive.
Oh, great.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine because it's not like he doesn't have an army to comb the jungle.
He doesn't at the moment.
Oh, God.
All right. Oh, no, pardon me. It's another one. Should roll 2d10.
I need to shut off this.
Yeah, you might want to do that. And indeed, Discord is a bad culprit. So let me see. That's 6. All right. Discord was indeed a culprit for bad bandwidth. So we're going to shut down Discord again. But so we got that roll. And that is... Ooh, an agonizing wound. So you take an agonizing wound, Thom, in the back. And...
Of course I do.
It increases the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 until this critical injury is healed. So you have a bad back injury.
Okay.
Okie doke. So that is what happens to you, and that brings us back to the top of the round. All right. So on the top of the round, Togan Raz is going to go. He, so he goes first with his pistol. And you are peeling away. And I'm going
Yeah, but his is on stun.
Yes.
So that's kind of good news.
And I'm going to use a dark side point to upgrade one of his dice. To make it even worse. And then we roll. Okay, 1 success, 4 advantages. So let's see. So that is, what is that? That's that is 9 strain minus whatever your soak is. Zag.
He's unconscious.
Zag is unconscious.
I'm out.
Oh no,
No,
Zag.
it's Zag.
No,
You're
no.
shooting at Zag.
Never mind. I'm okay. Oops, too much.
Wait, the cover from Thom doesn't help Zag?
No, because of positioning. Because where you guys are, Togan Raz is he's side on with you. He's not. He's the Cronies guardsmen are firing from behind. He's firing from side on.
Okay.
So, okay. So yeah. So that doesn't change. Yeah, your strain doesn't change, Thom. That's all Zag. So Zag, you take a stun bolt.
Yep.
So that kind of rattles you a bit. Prince Daaro is basically now screaming to someone give him a gun. So that is what he's doing.
And then Thom, if you don't mind, I'll go first to just book it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you would like to gun it, basically take the vehicle up to its top speed, and you're going for the tree line. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okie doke. So this is piloting planetary with 3 purple dice.
Thom, I'm using the light side to make up for the
To upgrade upgrade one of those dice? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Oh my god.
It happens. It happens. Okay. So
Yeah.
So,
I to be honest, I don't think that upgrade is worthwhile. I think the other uses for force points are better.
The afterwards, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may be better in many cases. I'd say they come in very handy for things where it's like where triumphs are very important and where you have like a lot of like different like for instance mechanics rolls, things like that. Yeah, for combat rolls, I see your point. Okay, so you have 1 failure and 1 advantage. So you don't manage to gun it. Basically, the awning, the sort of outdoor tent, and like the chairs now knocked over and all that stuff kind of get in your way, and you're like and you're kind of bobbing and weaving through those. So you are still on the beach and unable to get off the beach. However, there's 1 advantage in there. How would you like to use that 1 advantage? I have an idea, but you tell me if there's something else you have in mind. Nope, no ideas.
Using the umbrellas as covered. No, using the chairs and the umbrellas as cover.
I would say that basically as you're tangled up in them and kind of knocking them all over the place, they're basically getting in the way and putting a black die on them to shoot at you. So that's what I'm going to say that does.
Ugh. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
It may not be enough, but
yeah.
The advantage.
No, I mean that's what we got.
That's what you got. So there you go. So
all right, Thom, what do you got?
Yeah, so it's your turn. What can you do?
Mm.
You have a smoking wound in your back. You're reeling from a stun blast.
Yell at him again. Look at like he's crying for a gun just to look like a man. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a scathing tirade. Andro is the rightful heir to the house, and everyone knows it. You're never gonna prove otherwise.
So,
Everyone is gonna always know it.
I mean,
Just like that, everyone's gonna know.
I'm trying to get all the guards to hear it too. I want him to know that all the guards are thinking that.
Okay. All right. So you're.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. I want to change it slightly.
Okay.
Andro is the rightful heir to the house, and we have the proof. It's all coming out.
Okay. So roll your scathing tirade.
Okay. What am I rolling against?
This is. Let me see. Let's see. 1, 2. So it's 3 purple.
Okay. Come on. God damn it. Of course.
Okay. So 1 failure and 1 advantage.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, okay, see the failure, so it doesn't work. Doesn't bother him. But it does, what it does do is get Togenraz to step out in front, or pardon me, it gets Prince Daaro to step out in front of Togenraz and is basically yelling, it's like, you goddamn nerf herders! And Togenraz is like, he's like basically trying to get around his boss to take another shot at you. But now the Cronies Guardsman will go.
Yeah.
And rolled amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Black die. Well, you're a little bit further away from them. Or no, you haven't, because you haven't been able to get.
Yeah, I got to scrape to get one single success.
Well, groups of minions are pretty powerful when they get together.
Yeah.
So they are going to fire away.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 success, 1 advantage. Okay, so that does. Let's see. 6 plus 2 is 8 damage on you, minus whatever you have in terms of soak.
Oh, well, okay. Okay, well, 8 minus 2. I have 2 soaks, so that takes 6. I have 7 wounds, so that takes me to 13 out of 14 wounds.
Okay.
You're not dead.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
You are more dangerous than ever, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
All right. So you take another shot, and not quite as critical as before.
Yeah.
But you do take another shot. Let's say in your upper like right shoulder, and you're Zag. You can feel him like just leaning on you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Barely
and I
holding
can
on.
smell like alcohol just pouring out of
That's
him.
right.
I mean blood. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Right.
Well, it's the alcohol cooking off.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna say that their one advantage they're gonna pay that forward and give Togenraz a blue die next round.
You better not let him stun you.
Well, I should have, unfortunately, you to my back from him now.
Yeah, where the direction you're going, it's unfortunately, he's your meat shield at this point. Fortunately, it's like,
It's the good news is, in theory, his gun is still unstunned, so you won't die.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Just saying. Thank you for meat shielding, Thom. I forgive you. I forgive you.
Okay. So let's see. He had a black die from your cover, but that is, and then he has a blue die. All right. So Togenraz is going to shoot once more with his custom M1 Nova Viper pistol.
Ooh, we got the name now.
Yes, you got a name. Might as well. Might as well.
Yep.
Let's see here. So we're going to shoot that, and Kerpow.
Is it the same crit tree on a stun?
It is a little bit different on a stun when you're doing stun, but
he's unconscious. It's
yeah, he is unconscious, and I'm going to say that triumph means that the you go unconscious, the speeder plows into frontward into the beach and basically flips, and Thom, you are both technically, although he's unconscious, flipped off the speeder and onto the beach.
Okay.
Distance from the woods.
Just keep going.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well, first, another NPC gets to go, and that is, we're going to say that's not Prince Daaro. We're going to say that's the crony's guardsman, because he still does nothing to do. So they are going to shoot at you.
I'm prone,
bonus?
and I'm
Yeah.
also sand everywhere. I mean,
yes.
Maybe the speeder in front of me.
Being prone will give you a well, you're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. So they're going to shoot and then you've got the one black die from that. And then what else is there anything else that I'm forgetting here in terms of you're beyond the, well, there's the wreckage.
And there's Dylan's last tirade, if that gave any advantage to or a black die
I
to
failed
anybody.
again.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was the prince stepped out. That's what the advantage was.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just say, but I'd say that being prone and having the speeder and Thom basically as cover essentially gives you 2 black dice.
I was gonna say it's which body is it, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let me do that again. All right. Okay. They do not hit you. They do get 2 advantages. And I'm gonna say that let's see, those 2 advantages.
The speeder takes another strain. How much strain is it at?
The speeder's in the dirt. I'm gonna say those 2 advantages mean you cannot get to the speeder. You cannot get to the speeder because of the fire that they're peppering to the ground. So basically,
just run for the trees.
Okay. Well, what's the distance? A short distance? A shorter than short distance? Can I make it?
You could potentially make it in 1 round.
Okay.
In 1 turn.
Because that's should be me next, unless Thom, you wanted to drool for your turn first.
So
yeah, no, I just book it to the woods. That is absolutely my one and only goal. Thom, tried, but
I understand, dude. You went to the dark side and you abandoned your fans. No, I totally get it, man. Totally get it.
If you want to do 2 strain, you can go faster. I don't know how much strain you have to play with at this point.
Oh yeah, I'll take the 2 strain.
Okay, so you two.
No, I want to save you. It's just they have guns. They have lots of guns, and we keep failing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I keep failing.
No, it was both of us. We both rolled failures. Okay. I lucked out on that last one.
Okay, so you take 2 strain and you basically run for the tree line. You hear Prince Daaro screaming like, "Get him! Into the trees! Into the trees! Get me my rifle!" Okay.
Oh, this is going to be a fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to be the most dangerous game.
Yeah, you do indeed.
Yeah.
Too bad my brawl is crap.
So yeah. Into the trees you go, Zag.
Oh no, this is perfect.
Yeah. So what is your plan once you hit the tree line? Because they are gonna be coming after you.
Oh, no. This is my whole plan is to just run into the woods for as long as I can and then start hiding and
Okay.
then start like just
So let's.
I'm moving away and for yeah. I know it's a small island
Yeah.
and they have a small platoon of people, but some of that hiding will hopefully involve picking out one or two people at some point.
Okay.
But we'll get to that point when we get to that point.
Okay. So let's say, how much strain do you have to spare here? Do you want to run?
I have 2 strain.
You have 2 strain. Okay, so you can't really run per se. You can run, but I mean you can't sprint anymore because you're just kind of reeling. Your head is throbbing, your heart's pounding, your limbs.
That's fine. Then it's find a place to hide once I get to that point.
So find a place to hide. So you get into the tree line and you basically are looking to stealth immediately as soon as you can. Just find some rocks. Let's see what you can do to do that. I would say you can roll stealth. Do you have any abilities that talents that impact your stealth rolls?
Let me double check that. No.
Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna say you have. I hate to keep doing this to you, but it's 2 purple.
Could it use survival instead? Since
no. Stealth is fine. Just keep going.
It's got to be stealth.
Yeah.
You're gonna have it's 2 purple, but I'm flipping one of these to upgrade one of those purples to a red. So it's 1 red, 1 purple.
Okay, you ready?
Ready. 0 successes and 5 advantages. Okay, what does this mean? So
they know where I am, but it's getting hard for them to keep track of where I am.
Well, I would say that they know where you are in a place. You basically run into the you run off the beach, you run into the jungle per se, and you can hear them coming after you, and what is in front of you is basically a kind of a grotto, like a rock, like the water is coming in from the ocean and it's just rock, and you jump into that grotto. Does that sound reasonable? So in other words, they know where you are. It's just harder for them to get to you.
Yeah.
So you then jump down the rock into the rock grotto. So you're technically in the water. It's relatively shallow water. You can get back. You're not trapped there. You can get back out onto the rocks. You could conceivably swim. You could go back into the trees. So that's your option.
No, I think I want to get back to the trees.
Okay. Just give me a second to roll perception on their case. Luckily for you, this is not very much their good point. The cronies guardsmen who are pursuing you are not used to going through the jungle. They're not jungle troopers. Okay, here's what happens. They saw where you went. They're coming after you. It's like, where did he go? Which direction is he going? And they look over the edge, and then you hear one of them go, "Oh my God, what is that?" And so another one of them says, "I thought there weren't any hostile wildlife on these islands." And there's some kind of like vine or tentacle that's like grabbed one of them and is like thrashing him around. It's like, get it off me! So that's happening up there on the edge of the thing that you just jumped down.
Okay.
So that's what they're doing. You don't know where Togan Raz is. You don't know where Prince Daaro is. We're going to save that initiative order, but we're just going to. They're a little bit back right now.
Remember, you still have a blaster too.
Yes.
I do.
You still have a blaster pistol.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
So
no, into a tree or try and climb into a tree and just not be seen, and wait for a person to show up and just.
So you want to get back on shore and try to hide again? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going to try that again. So basically, while they're distracted, you try to get back up on shore and duck behind a tree. Let's see if you can stealth it again. And I'm going to give you 1 blue die because they are that threat has 2 blue dice. Pardon me, because that threat, all those 4 threats have distracted them.
Are you gonna upgrade one of the dice again?
No, I'm not going to use that this
Okay.
time.
I naturally have 2 blue dice before you ask.
Okay, so terrific. So this time you
have a distraction.
You have a distraction, and boy, do you succeed. So you jump. You when you see that, you immediately get out of the water, tap a couple of rocks with your, kind of jump over the rocks so you don't leave a print in the sand, and dive behind a tree that, with 5 successes and 3 advantages, is a pretty broad tree and actually leads back where the grotto kind of is over the years is kind of, when the waters were higher, it kind of creates a little cave that goes back. So you are behind a tree and facing a cave. So you appear to be relatively undercover at this point. All right. So let's see.
Easy pickings.
I think at this point, yeah. So there's a little lull here at this point as you hear the screaming and a couple shots from blasters up top. As they're basically just dealing with whatever the wildlife are here.
This is a terrible idea. I go into the cave.
Okay. So into the cave you go. So slip into the cave. The cave appears to continue in a couple different directions. You can either go deeper underneath the island. You can go out another entrance to the grotto, which leads to the water, which would conceivably go. So you want to go deeper in?
Yeah.
Okay. So deeper in you go.
Is this like a natural cave? Is this?
Yeah, it's carved out by the water. So again,
gotcha.
So like the water rushes in. It's carved out, sort of.
Yeah.
And so this is basically the high point where it's beyond, at least right now, appears to be beyond the high water mark.
Okay.
Okay.
Deeper down I go.
Okay, so you keep going deeper. It gets more narrow and deeper as you get in here. There definitely is some pools and some more water in here, and it's a little more cramped the deeper you go. There's some little bioluminescent worms that kind of light your way, and they're like some kind of, they almost look like millipedes, but they have little tentacle feelers at their heads.
Can I make a lore check on them or something like that?
I would say it's a survival check.
Okay, cool.
Just 2 difficulty, pretty standard.
One advantage. Are they poisonous? That's really what I'm thinking.
Okay, so you can't tell, but I'm going to say the one advantage you have is that they don't appear to be they're not particularly aggressive. They scurry away from you when you get near them.
Okay.
So that's the advantage. They do not appear to be hostile. They appear to be running from you.
Okay.
So whether they're poisonous or not, just don't test it.
Just don't interact with them. It's fine.
So you go deeper into this cave, and you reach a point at which you kind of run out of cave, but there's a small pool beneath you. You see that the bioluminescent worms can go under the water, and indeed do, so it's kind of slightly lit down there. And you see the cave does continue underwater. You have no idea whether it leads to somewhere that is breathable or not breathable.
Yeah, but Zag's gonna take his chances.
He's going to take his chances. Okay. So into the water you go?
Yeah.
Okay. Into the water you go, and you're going to want to roll athletics to swim.
Yep. That's what I was afraid of. What's the difficulty?
I am going to say it is 2 difficulty.
Oh, hey.
1 success and 2 threats. All right.
You know how they're not aggressive? Apparently in water they are.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
So the 1 success is that you successfully swim through this tunnel, and you reach what you see is a pocket of air, and it's a small cave, and it even has a place where you can climb up, and you climb up onto some rocks, and you're just kind of slitting on the rocks, and you're there, and then not far, and then you hear this sound in the cave somewhere.
Noted. For right now, though, it's a moment rest.
So there is something here in the cave with you.
Yeah. That's a future Zag problem.
Okay. So at this point I'm gonna remove those initiative slots.
Okay.
We're effectively
And then we're gonna find out what happens with Thom.
Well, actually, I want to talk to you about that, but it would
Yes.
probably be better after the stream.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we can do that. Thom is at this point unconscious, and they're going to bind him up, and he's effectively out of commission. So he will not regain consciousness anytime soon, and when he does, he will be bound up.
Yeah.
Okay. So so that is his part. So we are with you in a cave under an island.
Oh, like when I come out, it's just a big clearing. Is there any other exits?
No, it's not. This is not open to. This is a cave. This is not open. This does not have an exit, as far as you can see.
Like a little bubble.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bubble.
Oh.
There is actually. I'm not going to go change that a little bit. There is what appears to be. Well, number one, the tunnel continues, so you could keep trying to swim. Who knows if there's something there? There is also a little crack in the rock that you can feel a little wind through. So there is some. You're not going to suffocate in here.
Okay.
But there is some kind of creature deeper in the cave that you are going to have to deal with.
Yep. Okay. No, I'll keep swimming.
Okay. So you're going to continue?
Yeah.
So you just stay here to capture your breath and then...
Yeah, and then move on.
Okay. Just a little bit of a check here. You are very low on strain. You are exhausted. Do you want to risk... Do you want
no. Sorry. You're right. Sorry. What I want to do is stop here for a little while.
Okay. So...
Yeah.
So there's two things you have to do here. So there is a creature which is essentially barking at you. But you are on the edge of the water. So you want to stay here long enough, and you're basically like to recover some strain. You're basically like, please, I'm just here to take a breath, please. So how do you want to deal with the creature so that you can
Is there animal handling, or is that also survival?
I would say that is effectively survival in this game. I don't think there's any...
then I will absolutely roll survival to try and just...
Survival certainly includes how to deal with wild animals.
Yeah, just to try and calm it down. It's like, come on, buddy. Just cutesy voices.
Yeah.
Difficulty?
I would say 2 purple.
I think I pissed it off.
So you were like, come on, buddy, I just want to stay here for a little while, and that's your talking seems to agitate it more.
Yeah.
And it pops out, you can see it now. It's like this low frog-like creature with like 2 eye stalks with red eyes, but the point is you can see it and you have a pistol. So if you want to shoot it, you have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
It's Jar Jar. You just killed Jar Jar.
If you want to shoot it, alternately, if there's another way you can think to take advantage of the fact that you know exactly where it is, to do it to not shoot it but kind of drive it off, you can do that too.
Can I get a quick lore check? Is this thing poisonous?
You can try it. Go for it. 2 purple.
Okay.
Skills are coming fast and furious now.
Sorry.
2 successes, 1 threat.
You can't identify it poisonous. It is.
It is poisonous. B, it appears to have what you think is it opens its mouth and it's got a tongue with a stinger on it. So it's got like a little. It's poisonous from a distance.
No. It is just. I'm going to win this fight. Gun to frog.
Well, again, like I'm saying, like, is there another thing that you want to try to do to like drive it off without killing it? The only reason I say that is because conflict.
Oh,
is he gonna get more dark side stuff if he kills it?
Just start
possibly
start splashing aggressively. Just go away, little thing.
Blasters in Star Wars are pretty loud. Plus, you're in a contained area.
Yeah,
you might be able to just scare it off with some warning shots.
Okay.
You could try. I mean, you could also try to use the Force again.
Oh.
Just throwing that out there.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Just push him off to the side or like
Or put a rock on top of it or something, you know.
Yeah. That's it. Just put a rock in front of his mouth.
Yeah. You want to use a flip a destiny point to roll another die?
No, not this time. He's just not going to try. He's not going to continue with that.
He's not going to continue with that. Okay.
No, it's like, come on. No. Hope that scares him off.
So are you going to shoot at him, or what are you going to do?
No, just shoot into the area, not at him specifically.
Okie doke. So you just you don't even need to roll that. You just actually let's just say you're trying. Do you have let me see, coercion? You could use coercion in this case.
Okay. How many dice?
Let's say 2 purple, but you get 1 boost die because of the blaster. Okay. All right. So 3 successes, 2 threats.
It scares him.
It scares him, but this is its den, so you know it'll be back. How about that?
Oh, I was just expecting him to tongue.
I was saying for the threats.
Oh, let's see what Pete has in mind.
Sure.
Okay, so you fire the blaster. It drives it off, and it kind of dives into the water and goes away. But from somewhere up in that crack, you hear the cronies guardsman saying, "Did you hear that?"
Somewhere up there, someone blasts, is what you said?
Somewhere they said something.
Yeah, they said something. You hear from that crack that leads to, you felt the breeze through, you hear the voices of cronies guardsmen. It's like, "You hear that? Blaster fire." In other words, they're drawing a bead on you.
Yeah.
They're getting closer.
All right, well, back to swimming.
Back to swimming you go. All right, so you do get a chance. Do you want to take the chance to roll recovery right now, or do you?
Yes, I absolutely want a chance to roll recovery right now.
Okay, so what's your strain at? It's at
11.
Half. Okay, so you need two purple against your recovery. Or pardon me, no. There's no purple. It's just it's not for recovery. You just roll it. We'll see how much you get.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling your recovery skill. Your I always get this wrong. I always call it recovery. Resilience. Pardon me, your resilience skill.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay, so nothing. You get 0. You get nothing back. You are still exhausted. You are run ragged. Absolutely.
Well,
I would keep staying there.
Nope.
Stay there. Try to recover more.
Well, they're homing in on him, so.
Yeah, it's time to move.
But he's in a contained area. They can't get to him right away.
Oh, yeah, well, and on top of that, it's one fire. As long as I just sit here for a little bit and until Mrs. Frog comes back, or Mr. Frog, I didn't ask.
But would you rather fight them here on the shore or in the water?
No. I'm going to keep swimming. I'm going to keep swimming.
Okay.
Just keep swimming.
All right. So you keep swimming, and it's a good thing you do, because as you go down and swim away, you see a little blinking light of something drops through that crack down to the cave and goes.
Oh.
You swim away, and you're far enough away that it doesn't affect you. But indeed, they put down some kind of grenade into that chamber.
Imagine it pushes the water more, but.
Yes, so it pushes you down, but you are swimming away. So please roll me athletics with 2 against 2 purple. Okay. You are swimming, and the frog thing is swimming and is kind of swimming in front of you in the water, and is just looking very unhappy and is just kind of in your way in terms of the tunnel. So what do you want to do now? You can't stay down here if you just with it, because you're going to run out of breath.
Yeah.
So you either have to find a way to go through it, or you have to turn back.
Oh no, I'm just gonna try and push it with me at this point.
It's poisonous. We established that.
Force push it. Sorry.
Oh, force push it. Okay. All right. Let's. Okay. Do you want? We'll let that old dark side slide, so you can try it again.
Oh, I would have to stay on that.
No, you don't have. You don't have to stay on that. You know, I'm not going to make you stay on that. There you go. Okay. So for you, basically here, like running out of breath in this tunnel, almost unconscious, like exhausted and beaten up, you somehow find a way to center yourself and reach out and just push, just gently push on him, and the frog creature's like kind of like trying to swim against it. And you're just pushing it back, and after being pushed for a couple seconds, it decides this is weird, I'm out of here, and turns the other way and swims away. You finally move it turns around and just turns the other way after it's being pushed by you with the force. It's just like, what? It just kind of decides what is going on here, and like any wild animal, you know, encountering something it doesn't understand, it's just like, I'm out of here. So it just turns away and goes away. So it swims down the tunnel, and you at this point are following it. It's effectively pushed away. It's no longer an issue. But you do take one strain because you had. Well, no, pardon me. Yeah, no, that's good. One strain, yeah, because you didn't succeed. So that causes you to stay down there pretty long. And you when you finally do come up for air, you are gasping for air.
Yeah.
So you are soaking wet, gasping for air. Luckily, most blasters are designed to function underwater, so you don't have to worry about that. You do kind of shake out the barrel a little bit, but that's about it. You're now on another beach, a much smaller beach, or at the edge of a much smaller beach, where the grotto kind of opens out, and you can kind of walk out right between the beach line and the tree line. So it is small, and you think you're on the other side of a big hump of rock, which is where they were. They will, of course, still be looking at you. What do you want to do now?
Oh, now it is try and find a good, secure hiding place on this side of the island and make some camouflage, hopefully.
Okay.
And hopefully have my survival skills kind of pay off, just not being, or survival and stealth skills to just hide out here.
Right, exactly. So looking for a good place to hide. Let's see. Do you just want to kind of look for a place? Do you want to use stealth first? Do you want to use survival to try to figure out something about the environment first? How do you want to approach it?
Actually, Pete, if you look at this picture real quick, the picture that you had up on the right-hand side, there's that shadow above like the rock area.
Yes.
Right now, that's kind of something he's looking for that has a covering.
Okay.
So he can just rest. He is just trying to not be found and be behind like trees or whatever, just somewhere to.
Okay. I would say definitely roll me a survival at this point against 2 purple, just to see what we can come up with. Okay, 1 success, 4 advantages. All right, so this is what your survival does for you. This is like these rock formations have like a lot of like sort of nooks and crannies, right? There's a lot of areas where they've eroded away.
Yeah.
And you can probably pretty easily get up into these nooks and crannies and basically just wedge yourself in between them in a pretty accessible spot, and really put a lot of stone between you and anything that might be scanning for you.
Yeah, that's
that
what he's gonna do for a bit.
That is probably it. That's probably what you're gonna do. So now I need you to roll stealth, and I'm gonna say that with those 4 advantages, you can pay those forward with 2 blue for your stealth roll against 2 purple, and then 2 blue to go with that.
Okay.
3 successes, 4 advantages. Okay, so you are pretty damn well hidden. So that is pretty damn good. Yeah, it doesn't look like so. At one point, you hear kind of the guardsmen in the distance, and you are just kind of wedged up, and you are not moving, and you're breathing shallow, and you can hear them using some kind of scanner, and they are on that beach for a little while, and then they're like, no readings, and then they keep going the way they were.
I love that they announce everything. Just that's a thought in his head.
Well, it's just like they're calling to each other because they're spread out throughout this jungle. They're like, did you find anything? It's like, no readings over here. It's like, come on, we got to go to the other side of the island. Got to finish the sweep before it gets dark. So,
they probably killed them when they dropped that grenade.
They've got to, that's possible.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of them are grumbling and thinking that. It's like, he's probably dead from that grenade. It's like, that was just a wild shot. Who knows?
Yeah.
So you are successfully wedged up in there, and the night falls, and you are still hidden. You can roll resilience again.
Oh, I don't think you understand. Once all that happened, he probably passed out.
I know. Okay, so you probably passed out. All right, so we'll say that yes, but you do get 1 strain back. Congratulations. Before you pass out, you get 1 strain. Well, this is an interesting thing. Ironically enough, the connection problem seemed to have abated just as after we got past all that. Zag, you are
I mean, that was what he was designed to do, that last bit.
It is what he was designed to do. I'm going to say that when you awaken, unless there are any specific objections from you, Thom, I'm going to say that when you awaken to the sound of the divine right taking off.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
It takes off from the island and is gone. It rockets away, and that's it. And now you're stranded on a desert island.
Isn't this like a Jedi story? You get deserted on a desert island.
It kind of is.
Somebody comes to you. And
Well, actually, I kind of wanted to talk about that, but I don't think we want to talk about it like on the stream.
Well, I think that's fine. I think that what we'll do is we'll call it a day for this particular session. And again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Although, why am I apologizing? I have the best internet I can get in this area, and it still failed me.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be apologizing. Comcast should be apologizing. So
yeah, same here.
Yeah. So we will call it there, but we will definitely pick up this with the we'll see what the other side of the group has been doing.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, figure out how the hell this situation is going to resolve itself. So the split session continues. This is why GMs don't do it, folks, because this has a tendency to happen. They stay split, and who knows what will happen. But yeah, here is Zag stranded on the desert island.
Yeah.
With his buddy the frog, the poisonous frog monster, and God knows what else.
Oh, I hope he can tame some of these animals. But anyways,
we shall see. We shall see. There is a precedent for Jedi taming animals with the Force. So.
Well, on top of that, if the prince comes back and just all the animals go crazy on him on the beach.
Well, we'll see. We will see. So that'll be a very interesting thing. So. Thanks everybody for watching, and I know some of the team members are out there watching as well. So feel free to comment offline or join us on the stream, but for on the call. But for that, we will say goodbye. Thanks for watching. We will talk to you next time.